Great rising, great evening, family. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media, the best of the business. This is the Underrated Evening Random Talk Part 8. Hashtag the true 2025, the number one grinder. We get these announcements out the way before we still continue. Shout out to my underrated one. Oh, shout out to the Miss. Shout out to the Miss. Be safe out there. Shout out to my underrated one family. Y'all know who you are. Just keep on standing up and fighting for the truth. That's all we need to do. Let's armor up. Well-rounded warrior. Right? Well-rounded warrior style. Right? Also, shout out to No Duck Zone Podcast. Shout out to the family right there. Shout out to hashtag TWT family. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Also, shout out to the mighty LBBC. That stands for Lions Den Box Community. Also, basketball community. Shout out to y'all. You know, we see Orange Crush 45 sign another executive order about energy. I didn't really get into, so I'm not going to really touch that. But I want to talk to the rest of humanity, especially our people. It goes for everybody, but especially our people. When you put your trust in human beings, they disappoint you. From our government and stuff. And I'm talking about us as a people. For humanity too. Goes for y'all. Goes for y'all too. But our people, we had built this country. We had stand the test of times. And I know there are certain things y'all like about Trump, what he's doing, and I get that. Yeah, but it has to be a time, everybody, especially our people. When he start taking things away, like our history away, to erase what this USA had done to us, it's a problem, family. Y'all can say what all you want. It's a problem. Now, I know people want me to get on the Democrats and stuff. Yeah, I can do that. That thing is going throughout the years, yeah. But they not in power, so I can't get on. But I get on Republicans because they hold all the branches of this U.S. government. Now we find that some white people and other ethnic groups, they find out what's going on. Oh, wow, I didn't know it was like, well, y'all voted for him. Y'all voted for him. And again, our people, we get so caught, oh, yeah, Trump doing this for it. You gotta be careful, y'all. There are also some people say, it was, we can't forget about the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000. Now, here's some that are prominent, content creators. No, you need to pay attention to that because the way I look at it like this, that person don't change the pattern. That's who they are. And sometimes, this United States, we don't get that. I really don't know why. We don't get that. It's right there. Now I'm talking like that. We born and raised in New York. I know Trump. Now there's some, progressive Democrats. They make some valid points. They are some Republican make some valid points, but also just let me know that we got to work much harder to make sure that our history is around, that our existence is around. Everybody think that, oh yeah, deportation is happening just as bad. No, it happened to black people too. There's a player in Duke, college player in Duke. I forgot his name. He might be getting deported back. So what we can say then, right? You know, other faces, other faces that happen in this country. We got to pay attention to that. And that's why you got people say, "What you talking about Trump? What you talking about?" I don't want to sound like a broken record. I name an Orange Crush 45, and I name again Orange Crush 47. That's how I feel. I know people don't like what I say, but I don't care. Hey, this is the way I feel. Republicans, y'all want power. Here's the power. So if people complain, that comes with it. I said the same thing about Biden when he became president in 2020. Ain't nothing changed. Y'all power's up. So I urge us as a people, the ones in power, those are the ones we need to talk about. Because it's always good to bang on the Democrats. Rightfully so. I agree. But Republicans in the office right now, we need to bang on them. They want to control the whole government. They got it. Things ain't going right. We got to bang on them now. And the ones that voted for them too. See, over here, we fail over here. You get that smoke over here. You get them doom shots over here. Doom shots do not discriminate over here. In Texas, they're gonna start food stamps, giving out Coca-Cola. I read that. So we gotta be real careful, family. I know that I might be losing some people over it, but hey, it's all right. See if we win this right now, you go after it. And also, we should know how Republicans really feel about us as a people anyway. But here it go again. We always falling for it. But look what happened. Look what he did for us. But he taking away our history, though, right? The same what the Democrats doing, right? Send people back. Now there are some immigrants that comes in this country. Hey, they don't respect us African descent. They don't. So in a way, for me, I pray, but I really don't care. Look how you treat us. Grinder, you shouldn't say that. Hey, that's what it is. Y'all reap all the benefits. You still make fun of us. You still disrespect our contribution to this country. Incredible. That's why, especially us as a people, we got to work hard to have our own, created our own generation. Our generation work. Have our own. Put our monies together and build our own community. No matter what difference we have, we got to limit that. We got to build our own. Because again, this federal government do not respect us as a people. People could talk all they want to. They respect us. Nah, they don't. They never did and never will. We got to build our own. So that's what the conversation, the reparations come in the picture. Give us our money and give us our check. And the ones who don't want the check, give it to somebody that wants it. That's what I believe. I do this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So we have to be real careful. Very careful. Now there are some of us that's talked about Trump, certain things he's doing. Hey, you know that's true. Some of it is true. So we gotta understand that. We cannot turn it back. Oh, it's the Democrats, it's Democrats. Yeah, we understand that. But they no longer in power. The Republicans are in power. So we gotta hold them to the fire too. And even some of the Democrats, some of the Republicans is in Congress. Hold them hold them accountable too. Hold them to the fire too. The money should go to American people. And see, this is what I'm thinking. This is out there because I want people to understand this, right? Okay, Trump do not want the money to come back, right, to this country, and I understand, the ones that he felt that reap the benefits and stuff, and they need to go back and reap the benefit for their country. Okay, well and good. But what happened was what about American people? You still ain't take care of American people. So that's another. See, that's a show we gotta talk about. I don't want to hear, oh, look what he done, executive order. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that BS. I don't want. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Not trying to hear that. So I appreciate. Do not bring that over here. Don't bring it over here. No. Because at the end of the day, white supremacy, they gonna feed their own. And some of us that belong to them, they gonna feed their own. Bunch of clowns. And I know there's some people don't like what I'm saying so far. Hey, what is? Just to see what's going on. got one part that think America is great. You got another part don't think America is great. You got the middle. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, we get billions of dollars throughout the years to help out other countries. Then all of a sudden, we ain't get nothing back. Prices, everything go up. Can't sustain the family. Even the ones that live by myself like me can't sustain ourselves. You mean I can't? I can. I mean, you mean y'all trying to cut out the funds that continually to learn about our history as African people in this country? But see, you give it to someone else. Oh yeah, but see, y'all paying for it now. But now you want us African descent to come to your rescue. They come to your rescue now. Get all that, not me. And I know the majority looks like me feel the same way too. So we have to be real careful, y'all. We have to be real careful, family. Cause a lot of okey dokes is happening, and we let our feelings get in the way. And people can say all they want. Back in 2021, the proud people had violated U.S. government. Wasn't that long ago? 4 years ago. And he become president. 30 plus counts felon. These are facts. I wish sometimes wish us as a people. Let's let's be on cold let's be on cold, for a change. For crying out loud. I'm talking about the young and the old. For crying out loud. I don't know, some of your people, and even the rest of humanity, y'all piss me the heck off. Y'all really piss me the heck off. Y'all do. Inside the space and plus outside the space. You piss me off. Y'all do. Some of y'all piss me off. This president trying to violate people, work in the U.S. government. I mean, work for federal government. I'm sorry, federal government. Even the ones in the union, and then y'all think it's okay. What is wrong with y'all? That's people's livelihood. This is the same president that always want to take away the Constitution. I know us as Afro descent. I mean, African descent. This country, we was never really meant to be part of the Constitution. We understand it loud clear. They still consider us be fiscal citizens. They never abolished that. Well, that's another conversation for another time. That some of us as African descent refuse to talk about. And you know what? Let me change that because I always said us as African descent. I'm talking about the rest of the USA. How about that? Y'all know, they know how they treat us, how they feel about us. But we built this country against our will. A form of action, the white woman is still a beneficiary, and the rest of the ethnic groups still in effect. So we should talk about that, right? We have to understand what's going on. You know, it's good to be informed. It's good to know, but you know, the way I look at it, if the past never change, you gotta connect it. We gotta connect it. No, nah. I'm sorry. If the fruit stands on the stands on the counter and it's rotten for 3 months, it's rotten. The only way to really put trees if you cut a certain place where it's rotten, then maybe it can still be good. But if it doesn't change, it doesn't change. It's still rotten. Rotten. Excuse me. Y'all tell me, unbelievable. Y'all. And again, I'm not taking the Democrats to look. I'm not taking them on. But again, let me reemphasize this: the ones in office, those are the ones we gotta talk about. Those are the ones we gotta hold accountable. This is the president that the ones he pardoned all of them. Us as in the Senate. You know, white people, your Chinese, everybody else. But y'all voted for this person. Y'all voted him in. And even 53% of white women, 50% of women, period, voted him in. Because y'all still want your privilege? Because let's understand this. White supremacy is not just white people, it's other ethnic groups. They the one they the one seed that is fit for them and they practice it, so they part of that. Let's understand that. Stop saying just white people, because not. They got help. And they take their money and go back to their country. While the people in USA still suffering. How about that? Let's talk about that. Huh? Let's talk about that. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about that. But over here, we want to talk about that because true. We want black people help. We want y'all to stand beside us. No, y'all ain't want to stand beside us all around these years. But y'all reap the benefits the voting right of 1964, 65. Y'all reap the benefits of it. And plus slaughter us African descent in this country. Some of y'all pathetic, man. You know, y'all pathetic. Y'all really are. Y'all pathetic. Y'all pathetic. Still gotta walk in the street, look behind yourself. You know, hey, I understand us as a people, we gotta get ourselves together, and we definitely do. But you know, no. Y'all want us to talk about it. Oh yeah, you're working yourself, you're working yourself. Why these law enforcement more than ever is slaughtering us for nothing, stopping us profiling for nothing. And check it out, and that other ethnic group that work in law enforcement doing the same thing. Let's talk about crime. Been doing it for a long time. Even long before I came in this world in 1966. Over here, we talks about it, but see, y'all don't want to talk about that, right? Inside the space, outside the space. Y'all don't want to talk about that, right? Mm-hmm. You see my face. I ain't hiding. I'm not hiding. Let's talk about that and other issues that I mentioned a few minutes ago. Anytime that a black woman that'll lift the black man, some of y'all women have a hard time. Then when the black man lift a real black woman, your black man have a hard time, even your woman have a hard time. Anybody that trying to help out their fellow man, their fellow woman, some people in this country have a hard time with it. Tell me, this USA, she's a piece of work. This USA, she's a piece of work. She's a piece of work. Been a piece of work came in existence hundreds of years. I'll come up. I ain't gonna date him because he dark skinned, black. And I'm not just talking about our people, no. Some Hispanics and some Dominicans. Dominicans consider themselves not black. Isn't that something, y'all, right? But they come here and reap the benefits, right? Even some Caribbean brothers and sisters, they don't even want to acknowledge us, but they reap the benefits, right? So I'm talking about some, because there are some out here that willing to stand with us, because they understand they Africans too, and they go hard for us too, with us too. So I'm not talking about y'all, but y'all know some, they no good. So back in New York, hey, Sister 18, how you doing? Check your email, please, when you have a chance and everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I can go on if I want to about us as a people. Oh, I can do that. And I know I'm telling the truth, but all of it not our fault. No. No. I remember the Japanese guy called me and they shouldn't say that, bro. And I'm not gonna get into that. I'm good, sis. How you doing? Thanks for always supporting. Ever since I met you at the Take Heed to the Message, you've been rocking with me, and thank you, sis. To have people check me out, take heed to the message. Thank you, sis. Always, big up my channel and stuff, and but I don't like this, man. Y'all. Some, I mean, y'all. This USA, man. Y'all piece of work. Some of y'all people, y'all piece of work. Y'all piece of work. Yeah, what you think about Trump? What about him? You think he gonna change? Bring back segregation and all that. You know what that means, right? This USA, some of the people, this USA, unbelievable. Some of y'all unbelievable. I'm telling you. I ain't talking about us as African descent in this country. I'm talking about the others. Man. Yeah. Y'all unbelievable. But y'all want us To walk with your get them. Hey, y'all stay home. Y'all that. When I just shot with last week, they said, "Oh yeah, you gonna march with what? Get that." It was Dominican. It was a Dominican sister. You made me say you wasn't. You ain't black. Y'all ain't black. You remember that, right? All right then. You on your own. That ain't right what you said. She's a woman. So what? Anything do contrary to God, I don't care you man or woman, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Especially you don't want to announce that you're African? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it's 18. Yes. They don't want to talk about it. And money embezzlement, laundering, all that, that's on our backs as African people. That's a good point. That's a good point you made, Sister 18. Hopefully, I mean, whenever you check your email, we can discuss about that more. In Alabama, they finally abolished slavery back in the early 1970s. That was not too long ago, family. They were still picking cotton. Yes, sis. Exactly. In the early 1970s, they finally abolished it. In Alabama. Man, USA, get out of here with that. And also, I'm glad you bring that up, sis, because look what they treat us as African people, African descent, us African descent around the world. And the United States at the time was ahead, was right there. Indigenous, I mean, Indians. I don't hear about them. Indians, they enslave us too. Oh, they take, they stole our land. They stole the land. Well, how they stole the land? And the U.S. government was paying money to them to enslave us as African descent. Explain that to me, please. On the soil that we was on. Explain that to me, please. I wait. Even around the world, I wait. I'm telling y'all, this USA, you USA, piece of work. Y'all. Let's have this conversation. That's all I'm saying. But y'all don't want to have these conversations, right? In this USA had other people, other ethnic groups build. I said, have their stores in our community, still disrespecting us. So that means they have our reparations, killing us for nothing. Now there are some people they do. We had our business, but we don't want to talk about that, right? I know you're hearing me. Y'all don't want to talk about that, right? Little kids, little boys and girls getting shot for nothing, getting killed. Teenagers get killed. Older people getting shot up. Even the ones that quote unquote, doing well and we get slaughtered. But they take their money and go back to their country, right? Our money. Even them Arabs too. A lot of people don't know this. Before USA, the Arabs were slaving us too. But it wasn't like a financial boom. But the Arabs slaved us too first. Hey, Granny, I gotta read. Very little. This USA something else. And we wonder why that we cannot really have our own growth, have our own generation wealth. But see, this is the thing. This is the key. Yes, man. Yeah, you absolutely right. See, that's the we get right here. And wonder why. Well, you want to blame. We can't blame all that on us. It's planned. But y'all don't want to have these conversations. Because see, it's so easy to point a finger at us. It's so easy because we blame for everything around the world. We blame for everything. Us as African descent. You got the Chinese, the Japanese, all them countries around there still fail to understand that we was the first in those countries. In the late 1800s, it was tall. Japanese was black. Anything we don't exactly we don't. Everything that a lot of these ethnic groups around the world they got it from Africa. They got it from us. These are facts. Democrat this, the Democrat that. I hear y'all talking about Democrat. I get it. I get it. But the ones that power now is Republicans. Like I said before you guys, since the A team, I can repeat it so you can hear it again. No problem. You're the only one here. Y'all want all the branches of the U.S. government. Y'all got it now. So what's up? They taking away this. They taking away that. You got some say it's good to take away because we don't need to know. We don't need to know what's going on. See. Thank you. Dropping knowledge right there. It's knowledge. You come over here. Knowledge drop over here. You're gonna learn something from there. You're gonna learn something over here. What's going on, nephew? Welcome. Let's have these conversations, man. What's going on, nephew? Let's have these conversations. And see, the sad thing about it, Sister 18 and brother, yeah, you're right about that. Let's have these conversations. And again, everything is not on us. Y'all sound enraged. I'm sorry, fam. It's just a certain things. It's something, people say it doesn't make sense. It just piss me off at times because sometimes the answers is right there and we do like this. Anybody wants to come up in the chat, let me know. I send the link. Y'all can come up. You're one. A lot of people don't even understand. They always talking about that we be in the gangs and stuff. What about the other gangs? What about the other ethnic groups? Y'all don't talk about that, right? They've been operating for years and making money. This USA. This USA. I don't know. I know a little about it, nephew. I gotta read about it. I've read about it a little bit. I heard about it. I gotta get back in touch with that. That's a good question. I gotta see what's up. So I don't know. I gotta read more about that. Then the next time you come back on whatever next live, I could tell you. I gotta read more about that. See, they were eating up our money. I feel the Republicans ain't saying nothing because they know they weren't right. Both parties were the top for the scamming investment. Bingo! Hold on, and Sister 18. We're gonna put this up there. They was eating up our money. I feel the same way too. I feel that Republicans ain't saying nothing because they know that they were right. Both parties were top tier scamming investment. Yeah. No, but that's a good question, nephew. That's a good question. I gotta look at it. I gotta look what you get my answer in the next song live. Trust me, you will. And let me ask you a question, sister 18 and my nephew right here. It's true, whoever in office, right? We're talking about the United States. Whoever's in office, we got to hold them responsible, right? Press one for yes, press two for no. Am I right? He was the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, Sister 18. He got fired. But like I told nephew, I don't know the real meaning what happened. So I gotta talk more about it. Thank you. Right? That means I'm not the only one. Right, nephew? So why we don't want to hold Republicans accountable? They in office. They asked for it. They got it. All your scared of white supremacy privilege. Let me know. Thank you, nephew. I ain't scared of no white supremacy privilege. I go against them all day. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of the system. I don't care. I stand against it anytime. But I know I'm not the only one doing it. I just told my me. Yep. I'm not. I ain't built that way. I know you wasn't here too. 18. I'm gonna repeat it again too. So you know, white supremacy. We got to start saying white supremacy. Just white people. They got help for a long time for other ethnic groups. They got help. They all work together. They think, oh, they not working together. They all work together. They destroy. They said people of color. I don't go for that either. But us as melon people, really, they want to destroy us. African descent, and I'm very convinced of it. We are the most threatened. We are the most threatened people around the world. But for now, we're gonna stick in the United States. But we are. Agreed. Agreed. I agree with you, Sister 18. They are. And they're doing a well, they're doing a great job. Yeah. Now I always say this, strong the late Strong Thurman, you know, he the one created the Dixiecrats back in the late 1920s. That is true. And we know how the Dixiecrats. Yes, you and Sister 18 is both right. Exactly. I agree with that. Like I said, right? But let's stop. I want to let people know about this. Let's stop saying just the Dixiecrat. But they have helping Republicans too. All right? Let's understand that too. You're always talking about the Dixiecrat. You're right. You're absolutely right. But they have helping Republicans too. They both work together. Yeah, the Democrat. They both work together to keep on white supremacy going. The two parties. And even the Democrats are scared to stand up to the Republicans. The only time I really see it in my lifetime, back in the 90s when President Clinton was the president, he had some people go stand up against the Republicans, and they call them surrogates. Yeah, they're not. For a long time, they're not. They down. They eat. They eat that. They eat that. They eating it out of the devil's tape. Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. Maybe we talk about that Sister 18 more when we read email. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it on here, but yeah, we'll talk about that. She is embarrassing. And you know, quite a few black women have been saying that too. A lot for the last few months. Yeah. Not everybody thinks that's a lot of men. No, a lot. Quite a few black women said Jasmine Crockett is straight up embarrassing. You're not the only one see it, nephew. You're not the only one see it. Because you know they're saying, your black men do not like black women. They don't like Jasmine Crockett. Oh no, y'all cannot say that. Because black women is actually came out and say they don't like the way she acted. It's black women. They say it in public. Good to say, oh, look at the black women. You see it right there. Sister 18, part of fam. Jasmine Crockett is embarrassing. She's lying. No, because it's the truth. Let's have these conversations. I got a little time. Let's have these conversations. You know, y'all in the outside. Look at that. Come in here. You want to have these conversations? Conversations. Let's have these conversations. I got a little time. Don't hide. I don't bite. I don't bite. Wow. Well, you know, Sister 18, you're not the only one saying that. You're not the only one. It's sad, but it's true. And Sister 18, tell me if I'm right or wrong, right? I've been thinking about this for a minute, for a while now, with Jasmine Crockett, right? And tell me if I'm right or wrong, right? Cause I could still be corrected, all right? If you can still hear me, press one, Sister 18, and also my nephew, nephew. If y'all can still hear me, press one first. Please press one if y'all can still hear me. Okay, cool. I just want to know that. Okay, cool. I want to ask you a question, Sister 18. And please answer. No, I mean, you can answer. Please answer. We have older black women. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know, nephew. Thank you. Appreciate that. We touch on that another time. But thank you. I appreciate that. We have older black women in Congress, right? Just the 18. That's for her. I want that all the time, everything you said about her is correct. They supposed to be the ones to hold her accountable and correct her, right? To bring it back, listen, this is the way he's supposed to act, you know, because you know how the system is, right? Am I right, Sister 18? I could be corrected now. Because what I'm saying, ain't no black woman that pull a you can't act like that. You know you represent our people. Okay. There you go. There was your answer, y'all. See? Consider Sister 18 one of the positive queens on here in this space. Thank you, nephew. Right? Because see, again, I'm gonna keep it. I came from this cloth. Man hold man accountable, women hold women accountable. If you're wrong, a man hold a woman accountable, and a woman hold a man accountable. That's the cloth I come from. All I'm just saying, the leadership of Congress, now I'm talking about black woman, why you had not pull her on the side and say, you will do what you're doing. You're not just hurt, you hurt our people. What you doing? And even I'm gonna throw one thing better. What about the older black man in Congress? Why y'all didn't pull her on the side and say, look, you can't be like this. You represent us too. Am I correct on that too? Let me know. I could be corrected. Let me know, family. Yeah, I came from that time too. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I'll tell y'all a story, and I want you to respond to this, right? Like I said before, I came from special education. I came up, there for a while, right? It was this teacher named Dr. Juanita Watts, right? I'm talking so positive. I'm talking about I'm gonna talk more about her in a few, right? She all about us as the people who black and everything. Short woman, I'm talking about short. She's about like maybe 4'5", 11, number 4'11", 4'11", about 5 feet, but strong, right? So she said, I usually like in special education, right? The kids are so mean. The teachers wasn't really doing nothing about it. So they have a certain section for us in special ed. Now I'm gonna tell you, before I continue, I don't know, they did it in New York, but I heard it later on when I found out they were doing it around the country. But I'm saying New York at the time, right? When I was coming up, especially right, at first, like in the early 70s, they certain schools they bring the lunch to you. You cannot eat in the lunchroom. You eat your thing and eat it in class. Then the dietary they come back and get the plates, or they leave the tray here and get the plates. That's the time I came. That's the time part of it. That I'm talking about early 70s. Now we're talking about maybe a few years, maybe 75, 76. I believe it's 76, I believe. Because that was the same year that I almost died of asthma. I was there for 3 minutes and they revived me back. So yeah, it was 76. It was 76, right? And it's not the first time I'm telling y'all, not the first time I've been through this so too. Cause I seen that in other schools that I was in too. But it was one time, right? We was waiting, to get our lunch. Because kids could be mean to teachers. Some teachers did defend us, but they wasn't that many. So what happened was Miss Juanita Watts, she forgot to lock the door. Because like I put it like this, well, I'm show y'all. Our class was this way, right? But just a few feet, the lunchroom was right here. There's two entrances and stuff. So it was, matter of fact, it was like within like less than 20 steps. I'll put it like that. Less than 20 steps. You make a right, you in the lunchroom, right? So she said, let me lock the door. She said, I want you to watch over them. And I said, okay, Miss Watts. And she came back. She said, what happened? What's going on here like this? Why the girls cannot go up there and the boy? I said, Miss Watts, they told me we need to sit down and wait. She said, no, we a class. No, we're not going to play them type of games. Oh, no, we not. Now, again, understand what I'm saying. It's not the first time I see it like that. I want you to understand that loud and clear. It was not the first. So I understood. The other little boy said, what's going on? I said, the system. I said, what you mean the system? And so they was never really taught, so I'm like, and Miss Watts, I understand at the time why she relied on me so much, because I knew the system. So I know you're quiet because you know the system, but don't worry about it. I got your back. I got your back. And the school that was before then, right? I was in her class. Her name is Tego. That was her niece. So they prepared me. So get back to the story, right? She said, no, y'all go. No, we a class. We go up there as class. No, you're not to discriminate my little. You're not going to discriminate my little boys. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't care who. And she was straight up like that. So I come back. I go back there, and we're gonna tangle something. You're not gonna disrespect my little boys like that. Now the principal got involved, Miss Brown. He cleared that up and everything, and he was a good brother, Mr. Brown. He was yellow. Nice how you light skin. Right. He said, what happened? So he said, Mr. Principal Brown, this got to stop. He said, tell me what happened. They said that the boys had to sit down and wait to get their lunch while the girls up there get their lunch. And then in about another 10 minutes, it be locked, lunch will be locked, and our boys ain't gonna eat. We supposed to go up there as class. Sorry, I had to put my hand because I got emotional because again it wasn't the first time I seen it. And it's sad about it. My friends, they didn't understand. I said, why we can't go up there? And Mr. Brown did. He said, just for that, the ones who did that, you're fired. And I never forget, he said, I am so sorry you have to go through that. And I just sat down, shook my head like. And even like the little girls, they were saying, why they not up here with us get our food? They tell us to sit down. Do you know that Mr. Brown? I did not know Mr. Brown. He worked at dietary too when he was coming up and everything. So he said, "Come on, give me this." No, they said we gotta come. We ain't closing up. We gotta feed them now. The other classes they went upstairs. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, nephew. They went upstairs. He made so good. He said, he said, I want you no, the ones who, they helped Mr. Brown and everything. He rolled he got put his take it, he said, put his thing on the table, roll his sleeves up, and fix some food, help him fix some food for us. So we can have a meal. At the same time, knowing he had a district meeting, right, in his office. I said, Mr. Brown, somebody tell this. Well, you tell them that I'm taking care of my kids. took him almost an hour to get so we could be fed. And I remember he told the girl, he said, listen, what happened over here is not fair. Because he has a class, not because of gender. He said, yo, I'm giving you your homework right now. I want you to look up the word gender means. And then when I come back to your class, I want you to tell me. He said, you know what it means, but I'm going to ask you first. I said, okay, Mr. Brown. And I never forget, like, the teacher, she had tears in her eyes. She said, this dog is damn system. Always trying to hurt our little boys. But right here, I'm giving you a chance. I want you to understand what's going on. You look at these little girls, not their fault, because they wasn't taught. The system wants your teacher to fail, but I'm not gonna let you fail. I'm gonna talk to the parents. You're not gonna be failed. Now on my watch. This is back in 1976. I'd be 59 in June 4th. Yeah, any of y'all in the chat, y'all could talk about it. Y'all can ask me questions or whatever. So go back to the point of this USA. You know what I'm saying? Like this. You see how they treat our young black boys back then in special education. What makes you think they're going to treat us the same way us as African descent? And before I continue, and Mr. Brown, he said, and then she went to Miss Watts. That's all right. No, that's all right. That's all right, nephew. That's all right, nephew. So he found out that the teachers did not help out anything, and he fired them on the spot. I witnessed it. He said, I don't care what they say, y'all people too. Mr. Brown was that type of you bad. He drag you. He said, oh, you want after? He drag you in office and whoop you say, just good and give it to you too. He did not discriminate. He took his brother and says, you heard me. We're in 2025, and there are some odd people be thinking that this USA is gonna take care of us. Let's have these conversations, right? Yeah. Let's have these conversations. I want to keep talking about Democrats, rightfully so, what they did to us, rightfully so. But all I'm saying, Republicans in office right now, and see, like some of y'all is scared to talk about it. I ain't scared to talk about it. I talk about Biden them when they had the government. They ain't there no more. So I talk about the government. I talk about both parties. But let's talk about Republicans. They the one had the power right now. Let's talk about them. Because they just like the Democrats had a very shaky pass, the Republicans had a shaky pass too. Some happy because he give you little dollars in the pocket. The president, and besides, they want to take us at a certain time, taking a certain dark times that we want to forget about. It was less than 70 years ago. Let's have these conversations. I never hear a president that the deal with that sign that the, that sign quite a few executive orders. It's crazy. I'll be back. I'll be back. Well, I'm back. So there was other things was happening too. You know, we have to when we go outside, we gotta be at a certain place. So most of the time, we have to be near the benches. There are teachers monitors that watch us and stuff. Sometimes go outside. The teachers sometimes they got to go upstairs to prepare lessons. In case we lunch. For the afternoon. I remember very vividly most of the time, Miss Watts had to come outside to even protect us. Like I said, she was like 4'11", close to 5 feet. But very powerful. It's nice. She said, I said, Miss Watts, we can go there. I'll watch her. I said, no, no, I just, you And she the one who taught me the arts of our history. I already know anyway, but the depth of it, dashikis, all that, our ancestors, stay learn. I know already know, but more about it, in depth with it. Proud, stand up, your black person. Identify black nationals. But when we did it was outside. We did like different plays and stuff, and then we was come like that Africa and all like that. People laughing at us and everything. Little kids, I said, no, go ahead and do it. I did mine. I was so proud of Dashiki. I was holding that thing. I had that for about what was 10 years. They were smelling that though without. But every time I go to that to look at it, my mom, they watch it out and everything. So but I looked at it to make sure that so I be in touch by history and the ones that paid the price in the past around the world. That's how these conversations, y'all. But we don't want to have these conversations. I ain't talking about y'all, but yeah, they don't want to have these conversations. We don't. We don't want to have these conversations. It's in the past, they know. But it's prevalent right now. It's missing. Again, welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best case secrets on social media, the best of the business. This is the Underrated Evening Random Talk, Part 8. Hashtag the truth, 2025. And the number one grinder. Let's have these conversations. Shout out to the mist. Stay on a little longer. So in case anybody that comes through that wants to come, if they can. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Let me see something. Let's have these conversations. Let's have these conversations, y'all. Okay. I'll be getting off in a few minutes anyway, Sister 18. I'm gonna get off a few minutes anyway. But that's all right. Thanks for still listening. I appreciate you. Right conversations. You got people that some people say why the black man do not go to college and stuff, and it's just systematically in the system. We act up with this and that. They give us medicine and stuff because they don't want to deal with us. That's what I see when I was very little too. Trick these parents. Oh yeah, you can sit. Oh, they could stay in the home for the whole week or for the weekend. Kind of find out they sign their way. Their sons and daughters, especially their sons, is to be staying in the homes for good. Ain't being taught enough. School will pick them up. Sometimes they be drugged up because they're not reading the contract. That was going on back then too. Got to witness that. Hey, what's your son? No, he's not nothing. Nope. You get a break from your parents. Nope. I know what it's all about. I know you don't like me. I'm going home with my parents. When I get on the school bus, I go home with my parents. I talk to my parents about it. They can't come to school. I say, oh yeah, let me read you this week. No, 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 we're gonna read it. Oh no. We ain't signed it. Why you need a break? Because no. My son come home with us. So when he get on the school bus, he come home to his home. No. My late mother, father's, they ain't happy. They don't like us and the people that we talk for ourselves. They don't like that. They don't like that, especially us African descent. They don't like that. They don't like that. That's how these conversations. Y'all don't think y'all don't think they don't go they ain't like that right now? You're fooling yourselves. Let's have these conversations. Let's have these conversations too. That these older women still violating our boys, violating little boys. Let's have these conversations. Also, let's have these conversations that these grown women violating little girls. Let's have these conversations. Men violating little boys and girls. Let's have these conversations. But y'all want to. Don't want to pick and choose. Let's have these conversations. Let's go. Scared? Let's have these conversations. Let's have these conversations. Let's go. Let's have it. That's how. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off right now. Sister A team, check your email and let me know. Check your email, let me know. Uh, thank my nephew and Sister 18. Thanks for contributing to the conversation. Thank y'all so much. And the ones outside, very much appreciated. Again, let's have these conversations. Please share this out. If y'all hit the go on a replay, uh, share this out. Subscribe, hit the like button and share it. My channel is Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the #1 grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media, the best of the business. Believe that. I am that. I am that. And I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. You have a blessed night. This one is Ghost. Be well. See y'all next time. Peace. Ghost.